The woman came to the billionaire's doorstep for the first time. She noticed water dripping right at the entrance. Instantly knew what was up. She grabbed an umbrella, and the next second opened the door, holding it up to block the water. This stunned all the young heirs who'd wanted to make a fool of her. The billionaire's son was left dumbfounded. The woman introduced herself as his new tutor, but out of nowhere, the young master hurled darts straight at her. But she caught every single one with ease, leaving everyone in shock. No one knew her real identity was a top assassin, and the tutor job was just a cover. She stepped up to him, thanked him for the welcome gift, then gave him a taste of his own medicine, along with his friends. The rich girl flew into a rage, but the woman pulled out her phone to record, intending to show his father who was holding him back from studying. Forced into it, they had to leave. The young master was intrigued by this woman he'd just met, and he resolved to drive her away. The next day, the woman went to his room to start the lesson. Just then, the young master stuck his hand out of the bathroom and told her to pass him a bath towel. But the second she did, he yanked her into the bathroom. Coincidentally, the maid arrived with fruit for the room. The woman saw right through his plan. He'd set this up on purpose, hoping the maid would see this scene and get her fired. He was brimming with pride, but in an instant, the woman turned the tables and pinned him against the wall, inching closer to him. Now it was the young master's turn to panic. He stammered and asked what she was up to. "Play along with your little act, of course," she replied. The maid asked if she should bring the fruit in, and the flustered young master told her to leave it at the door. The woman told him to cut the childish pranks and ordered him to meet her in the study in 5 minutes for his lesson. Dumbfounded, he agreed. That night, the maid knocked on the woman's door and told her the young master had a fever. She rushed to his room and found him clutching a photo of his mother. The woman immediately recognized the lady in it. 10 years ago, the woman's family was so poor that her father tried to sell her. It was this lady who saved her. She paid for her school fees and living expenses. She'd been grateful ever since, and now she marveled at how fate worked. Just then, she noticed the young master's pinky was broken. She reported it to the billionaire at once. Unexpectedly, he was the one who'd snapped it, simply because he'd been annoyed by the boys crying over losing his mom. The woman scolded him, saying he was unfit to be a father, but the billionaire just told her to do her job and stay out of his business. The woman's heart ached for him then, realizing the young master had a painful childhood just like hers. In his sleep, he suddenly grabbed her hand and begged her not to leave. She promised him she wouldn't, and stayed by his side to take care of his delirious self until he recovered. As soon as he was well again, his buddies came looking for him, saying they had a new plan to get rid of the tutor. They pulled out a bottle of wine spiked with something. She'd pass out if she had it, and they could film some embarrassing videos. But to their shock, the young master smashed the bottle on the spot and ordered them never to do anything to hurt her. He wouldn't admit it, but he'd already accepted her as his teacher. The maid praised the woman for taming the rebellious young master so skillfully, but only she knew, she'd simply given him the warmth he hadn't felt in a long, long time.